Lots of stuff to talk about. This weekend I've been busy. So I have been working on getting the finish redone on the body of the Dalek. Had to take off all the hemispheres. We're going to be upgrading with some new bezels to come. I'm finishing up 3D printing those. But today was the battle of getting a really nice finish on this spray paint, which there's still a little bit of trouble here, but at least I don't have any bugs stuck in it. And the finish came out pretty darn well, I think. So another thing worked on this weekend was, as I posted some photos, is getting all these hemispheres done. These were a lot of work because they required, I took them all off and decided to upgrade them because we put an epoxy resin coating on these things. So now they are pretty darn tough. Trying to sand that epoxy coating down is difficult, so I know it's tough. And then they had to be primed, painted, little light sanding in between the coats, and then a final coat. So I'm pretty happy. These are mostly done. I have one screw up. I tried a clear coat on some of these. The paint was incompatible and it caused the alligator skin up. Ugh. But fortunately it was only like 10 of them, so that can be fixed up tomorrow morning. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was upgrades. The drive system on the Dalek is getting an upgrade. Because it's like 12 years old, I suddenly realized this when I calculated it, because I received it when it was used. I got it from a robotics team, a first robotics team, and I just put it on and used it. And it ran for probably over 12 years. And then recently when we were at Comic-Con, the drive system decided to start conking out. And so parts of it stripped in one of the wheels, which made it really difficult to drive. And then I got a lot of comments about it looked like it was very janky because it was so rough. So a lot of money, a lot of discussions later, talking to first robotics company that makes this stuff. It's called Andy Mark. And so what I wanted to show you was, here's the new gearbox. This is one of 4 that goes on the Dalek. And these things, here I'll show you dropping stuff. This is the internals of it. Now it's falling out. I'll show you. This goes back in here. I'm sacrificing my hands to get them greasy for you guys. Okay. And then we've got, oops, hadn't planned on this, but you get to see how it gets assembled. So, that guy goes in there, this guy goes under there, let's put this all together, there we go. Pretty much enough that you now see my hands are nice and wonderful and greasy. But you can see this is a reduction gear. So the motor comes in there, powers that to that. This is one drive shaft. And then this is the final one that comes out that goes to the wheels, which I just knocked on the ground. These are called Mecanum wheels. These things are pretty crazy. There's 4 of them. And you can see, I'm not going to smell like greasy hand, but each one of these individual ones, and I think there's 12, spins. And these can only move forwards or backwards like that. But depending upon which direction they rotate and which one's rotating, like if the front one's turning this way, but the back one's turning that way, it can crab sideways. Or it can move like a tank if everybody's going forward or right or left, that kind of thing. So, new upgrade on the wheels, complete rebuild on the system, should drive beautifully. So, fingers crossed this week I'm going to get everything together and be able to show you a test on the new drive system and with all the hemispheres back on the Dalek. So, big makeover, weight reduction, took a lot of wood out of the inside, meaning I went through the chassis here. You can see I've been drilling out major sections, and then I also put some fiberglass in. You can see down there. So I did fiberglass reinforcement. So what that did was reduce weight, increase strength. So hopefully we'll be ready for Maker Faire. By the way, it's coming up, end of the month. I believe it's the 26th to the 28th of September. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be at Mare Island, which is near Vallejo. So be there.